Oh boy. Here we go, guys. Guys, you guys know for a fact, especially my friends and family, know for a fact that I am not the biggest Ghostbusters fan. I have. I enjoyed the first one. I think I gave that one like an 8. I think I gave the second one like a 5 or a 6. And I gave Ghostbusters Afterlife something between a 7 and a 9. It's been a while since I watched them. I did recently rewatch them, and I have a review of them all done here on the channel. You guys can check them out in the Ghostbusters collection playlist here on the channel. I'll try to leave a link to that at the end of this video. But Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is a movie that I wasn't excited for. I wasn't I wasn't like, woohoo, yay, new Ghostbusters! But I wasn't like, oh God, another one? After the spiritual successor of Ghostbusters Afterlife, I had no expectations for what to expect from Frozen Empire. To be honest, the trailers for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire looked like the day after tomorrow. Like, if you guys go back and you watch the first like teaser trailers and whatnot, it looks like the day after tomorrow, and then they throw in the Ghostbusters after the fact. And that is kind of what this movie feels like. The Ghostbusters kind of feel like side characters instead of the main characters. And that's the biggest problem, first of all, I want to talk about, is that there are too many characters in this movie. There's just too many characters. Most of them don't have much to do, or they're relegated to doing one thing for the whole movie. There's even characters that they bring back from the original Ghostbusters team. Like, I'm sorry, I know this might sound terrible, but whoever the actress is that answers the phone at the Ghostbusters headquarters, she gets into a Ghostbusters uniform, she gets a proton pack, and she shoots at the bad guy. That's it. Literally, that's what she does. There's a character that got introduced in Afterlife, and he's just getting slimed by the green ghost thingy from the original film. And that's just what he does. He gets slimed. So very uninteresting. Some people just show up and they're literally just like glorified cameos for like 5 minutes. Like, I think Bill Murray's in the film for 5 minutes. He's in it longer than Afterlife, but I feel like he's in it just because of continuity's sake. So it's an easy paycheck for him. He does pop off one of the best one-liners in the film towards the end. Courage, anybody? um, but a lot of the scenes felt very rushed. The film is about 2 hours long, and it feels like there's 30 minutes of the movie missing. Characters, new and old, just feel underdeveloped or they're underused. Everything just felt rushed and go, 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 go. Gotta get to the finale battle as fast as humanly possible, but we can't make it so stupid that people will fall asleep. The film is full of nostalgia. I think this film has more nostalgia than Afterlife. I think people think Afterlife has a lot of nostalgia just because of the fact it's been so long since the first two movies. And yes, I am not counting the 2016 shit show as canon. So, yeah. But there is a lot of nostalgia. They got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You've got all the sounds. You've got all the looks. You've got a lot of returning locations. You've got that irritating guy that was second in command of the mayor. Now somehow he's the mayor. That's a plot hole that is never explained. Like, how the hell did that guy become the mayor of all people? Okay. Um, there are some new things. And the fact that we get a new villain to the Ghostbusters lore in the franchise is great instead of us constantly dealing with villain of the week or, the villain from the first movie and Afterlife. I like that we got a new villain. Kind of not. I didn't get connected to the villain. And I think the reason why is the villain's CGI. There is no human quality to them. Like, at least with the villain from the first with the villains from the first two movies, they were played by actual people. The villain in this film is just and I'm not joking, complete CGI. There's no human quality, so I just don't care. Um, the film is also way too serious. It's way too serious in tone, and it's not silly or funny like the past movies. There's no emotional hook, even though they try to throw in this possible romance between Phoebe and this not Casper ghost character. um, I just it's way too serious. Like the tone is really weird, and the jokes just the jokes that are in the film, except for like one, didn't really land for me. Um, yeah, unfortunately, like if you go back and you rewatch the first two, while they are quirky and silly, at least the silliness in those films works. The humor in this film just doesn't work. I wasn't giggling and laughing until Bill Murphy was doing something. So it's a serviceable sequel. It does set up um, a future film, so we'll probably get a Ghostbusters. What, one, two, three, five? I think five will be a good conclusion, not only to the Ghostbusters franchise, but hopefully it'll be a good conclusion to this rebooted sequel. Um, the film here also it spends almost an hour and 40 minutes setting up this gigantic conflict, and when you get to the finale battle, it's just done. It's very short. It's very unsatisfying. Literally, the ghost just starts doing day after tomorrow, ice storm, freezing of New York stuff, and heads right to the Ghostbusters headquarters. And they have this indoor battle, and it felt very unsatisfying. Like, oh no, the proton packs aren't working. Well, what are we gonna do? Let's call it Zuko, the Firebender. I'm sorry. I just yeah. This movie felt like Ghostbusters meets Casper. They literally have a Casper machine in this movie where you can take a ghost that is possessing an object, rip them from that object, put them into a separate container, and then you can put them into a separate room. So literally, Phoebe's character decides to go into the machine, sucks her soul out of her body, which, by the way, would make her body unusable because now her physical body's dead. So she becomes a female Casper in this movie. It's just dumb. Also, they literally have a firebender. Literally, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender is in this film. Look at me! I can throw a fireball! I'm sorry. It's just. This movie is entertaining in all the wrong ways. It's completely unsatisfying. I believe that there was a good purpose and a good point behind this film, but it's one of those movies you have to drink to in order to keep your sanity. I still prefer Ghostbusters 1 and 3. This film's probably up there with this probably is as good as the second one. It's not a film that I'm going to remember, and honestly, it really doesn't add anything to the Ghostbusters franchise lore. Like it introduces a new character, it introduces a bunch of new characters that I don't care about. I don't even remember their names. Like they introduced this librarian guy, um, and he just gets sidelined. Like you see him for that literal library scene, and he's never mentioned, and you never see him again. He's not even in the finale battle. It's just weird what this film was, and it felt like it was almost corporate mandated. It's like Afterlife made us so much money, when we tripled back our budget. We've got to continue the franchise. No pun intended, but you can let a good thing rest and die and be at peace. And I'm not excited for 5. Whenever that is, I just don't care. We need new franchises. I'm getting to that point even with Star Trek and Star Wars. As big a fan as I am of those franchises, what they've been doing to those franchises in the past 10 years is a disgrace. And Ghostbusters, I feel, is starting to get that treatment, unfortunately. So Ghostbusters Frozen Empire here from 2024 is going to get a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Have you seen it? Why or why not? Thank you for watching. My next big review here for 2024 will be Godzilla Kong, the New Empire. So look forward to that very soon.